Hey everybody. On Friday, I was checking my inbox and I saw an email from Neural DSP announcing a 2.0 update to the Archetype Nolly plugin. I was super excited to see that. I really wanted to check out what was new and what they changed. So let's dive in and see what they did. So here I have a session of Logic pulled up. So let me open up the plugin. You'll notice the overall appearance hasn't changed much, which I feel like is really nice because then it doesn't seem like I have to learn an entire new plugin, but there's a lot of key differences and really nice new updates. So let's look at the new things. Down here at the bottom, you'll see we have a little MIDI symbol. This is a mapping for a MIDI controller. You could probably hook up a MIDI keyboard, really anything that works through MIDI. You can map to that. You can change the presets. You can change the parameters of pedals. You can do a lot of stuff. I personally don't have a MIDI controller available, so we're not going to dive into any depth with this, but it's just really nice that we have that availability now, which I feel like is going to be really nice for live applications or just making it more user-friendly, and it's like your actual rig could be this plugin. Let's look into probably the new thing that I was most excited about, which was the tuner added into this. So even though I have a Logic session open, it does make it a little less useful in Logic because Logic has a really nice tuner built in. But where I find this most useful is in the standalone plugin, because I'll just open up my computer, want to practice guitar, want to make up some Instagram posts or something like that, and I just want to open up the standalone plugin. This is one of the things that I like the most about the Archetype plugins itself, is that they have just the standalone app, so I don't need to open up a Logic session, set up my input, make sure that my audio device is set up correctly, and all those steps to get going. I just hit the app and I'm ready to go. And now I have a tuner available in the app, so I don't have to open up a Logic session to just tune my guitar or clip a headstock tuner, whatever it is. It's just super handy, and it's a very nice tuner. It looks great, so you see the response. If you're in the green, you're really good. Maybe I need to bring that E up a little bit. You can adjust it from cents to hertz, just in case you're interested in the frequency that you're at, just however you may like it. And you can also adjust the frequency that A is set to. Right now it's A440, but let's say you're an A432 kind of person, so you can drop it down to there and tune your guitar like that with this tuner. Another exciting thing is that there are 6 new presets to mess around with and inspire your playing or your writing. I have loaded up the B-Face Clean, so let's hear how this sounds. It's a very Fendery clean, but B-Face I'm pretty sure is for blackface, so it makes sense that it would be a very Fendery type sound. I think it's a really good palette to just build on top of because it's a nice clean sound, a really good addition to the other clean sounds that are in the presets on this plugin. So let's jump into our next new preset. We still have all the old ones that we had before. The next one is the Boutique Fusion Lead. Nice sound. Liked that one. Next new one. This one is pretty cool. It's called London's Burning. This actually sounds like it's got a little bit of a fuzz effect on it. I think it's a super cool plugin because it's very different from the other plugins that were available in the version 1.0 and still available in 2.0. But with the new ones, this one was the most different, which I think is great. A nice, inspiring plugin. This next one I think was my favorite just because what it added was just super cool. So it's Metal Rhythm 2, but I'm going to start on Metal Rhythm 1. Because I liked that plugin. It was really great to just get a nice high gain tone, but I feel like the difference when you switch from 1 to 2, like 2 just beefs up, sounds super cool. was 1. And now check out Metal Rhythm 2. I mean, just the way it makes you feel. That's just a super cool addition. I think that sounds awesome. Let's move on to our next new plug-in, which is the Stadium Smasher. That volume on. It's a nice rock lead, you know, something you'd hear a great 70s guitar player playing through. And then the last new plugin is called Secret Weapon. I think it's just a really versatile one, good for rhythm, also great lead tone as well, which if you use the other pedals that are available, you could really get that into a nice soaring lead. So those are the 6 new presets. I think that they're really great, sounding awesome. So let's jump into some of the things that they changed in the plugin. I'm going to open up the standalone app really quick. So one of the first things you'll notice is that your settings are not located at the top of the plugin anymore. They are actually located down here at the bottom. I think it actually looks a lot nicer with the little icons that they have, but this setting wheel opens you up to the same thing with the audio devices. You can pick your output channels and all the same stuff that you had before. And then we also still have the tempo down here with a nice little metronome icon that works exactly the same. And then again, in the standalone app, we have that MIDI mapping and the tuner, which again, I think is super helpful in the standalone app. One thing that you'll also notice that's just kind of cool, a nice touch, the tubes are lit up, which is nice. Just gives it a look like your amp is actually on and working really hot and sounding really good. Another thing that I think is very helpful, because this was one of the most annoying things in my opinion with version 1.0, and that was the scaling down here. This is also fixed in the plugin through your DAW, but when you click on that, it doesn't just instantly change the size to the next option and keep scrolling through. You get to pick the small, the medium, or the large setting. I tended to like the medium setting, so if it was on the large setting, it may have been too big for the screen. I had to move the window, click it, and it went really small. And then I had to click it again to get it to the medium setting and then put it on the screen where I wanted it. That was just an annoying thing. So this is a nice ease of life fix that you just click there and then I can say small, bam, and it's small. I can click there, I can go large, boom, look at that. Adjust it, come right back, medium. Very, very helpful. It's going to open up the Logic instance again because that's really the only differences that you can see in the standalone app. The next thing you might notice is that the stereo and the mono button is grayed out. This is because when you go to the cab setting and you actually have a dual mic setup, it just makes it stereo, which is super handy. That's what I thought was happening when I went to the dual mic setting in version 1.0, which I guess wasn't really the case because this sounds a lot better in this version. Let me pull up one of my presets because I really liked the liquid shred, so I just kind of adjusted that to my own tonal preferences. So let me turn off the secondary mic. And then now I will turn on the mic that I have over here, which is being that 421. So it's something that's more of a player thing. I feel like it really just widened up the image a little bit. You may not notice it through the recording, but it is something that changed and actually makes it sound like a stereo guitar setup. One of the last functional changes that I noticed was when I went over to the timed effects page, and I noticed that the tempo knob was blacked out, and I was like, huh, I wonder why that's the case. Well, when you have the sync button turned on, it's just synced to whatever your tempo is. So if you're in a standalone app, it's the tempo in the app, and if you're in a DAW, it's the tempo that you have for your project. And when you unsync it, you can now control that tempo knob, which is just handy, and it makes a lot of sense, because when you have it synced up, you don't want the tempo knob to be able to be adjusted at all. The other thing that they did with the delay pedal is that ping pong actually works this time. I noticed that last time, and I just thought, I guess it's working, but I'm not sure. But it was not bouncing back and forth between the speakers, but now it actually does. So if you want that ping pong delay sound, it really goes back and forth between the left and right speakers. Just another feature that makes it better for you as the player, and in my opinion makes it sound a lot nicer too. As soon as I opened up the version 2.0, it just sounded noticeably better in my opinion. So if you own the Archetype Nolly plugin, absolutely update to version 2.0. It doesn't take anything away from what you had before. It only adds and makes it sound even better. Thanks for watching this video, and thanks to Neural DSP for giving us a really good update. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the attention to detail and probably the attention to the feedback that people may have given. It's really awesome when companies adapt to the people who are using their product and what they might say. So thanks for a really great plugin. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.